Hello.
Andrew.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, quite all right. I'm good, actually. Yeah. It's frustrating that things are so busy, so I can't really do much of the work I hoped I should be able to do, but anyway.
Just a second, they called me 1 second.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a second, sorry.
Sure.
Hi, sorry about that.
No problem.
Sorry, I'm rebuilding the fence in the garden and the gardener needs some help.
Okay. Some decisions made, or
Oh?
some decisions need to be made. Or...
No. They're just done for the day and they need to unplug some extension from inside the house.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, you were saying
No, I just said that I'm a bit frustrated that I don't have more time than I have to do work. Well, in this group, for example, and in other groups as well. I'm too busy with meetings all day long, more or less. I have little time to do things between the meetings.
yeah. It is frustrating indeed when it's too many meetings.
Yeah. Okay, so who will come here then?
Let me see. Agenda for today. Yeah, and it's 4 past already. Should we get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let me just sign in. Okay, so didn't have any action items from last time that I could find. So the first thing I had for the agenda for today was the 0.3 release. So the PR about test event is now merged. The artifact sign event PR is also now merged. And I created this PR to prepare for the release. That I used the script to basically switch everything which is 0.3.0 draft to 0.3.0, and also remove the draft tag in the new events, which is artifact signed, the test case run, test suite run, test output published.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything which is in this PR, all the examples, all the schemas, the markdowns, and also a small change to the script to add the testing events markdown, which was not included before.
There will also need to be an update, right, to the CDEvents.dev website repo, right? Once this is merged.
Yes, very good point.
So there will be.
Yeah, so.
Should we also announce the release somewhere? I think, did we write a blog post last time? Maybe we didn't. I don't remember.
We wrote a blog post for 0.1.
Yeah.
We didn't for 0.2. Was planning, or we were planning on doing like 2 and 3 together.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we can start working on it. And so I think we will announce the new release. Will we in CDCon next week?
CDCon for sure. Yeah.
So maybe we can just for now put an announcement on the Slack that we have this new release out. But I totally agree with you that it would be nice to have a blog post.
Yeah, there are some updates now, so maybe it's good to spread it.
Yeah. So personally, this week I wouldn't have time to work on a blog post. Next week is CDCon and then the OSF Summit.
Yeah.
And then I'm 1 week away for holidays.
Okay.
So time-wise, it's moving a bit far. Unless I don't know, you think you would have time to prepare a draft for this. Otherwise, I can try and do as much as possible when I find time.
Yeah. How it was quite short last time, wasn't it? Or was it? Well, we released 0.1. Maybe that was actually a quite big thing anyway. I don't see that it needs to be very, very long, right? This time. Mostly just cover the updates, of course.
Yeah, indeed. I don't think it needs to be very, very big. I'm writing some kind of list of updates for my presentation next week anyway, so it's probably not going to be much more than that. But yeah, I mean, we could start a draft, or at least have a Google Doc or a HackMD. Start preparing it, and then we could collaborate on that.
I'm trying to find the old blog post now for 0.1, but I can't really find it. Hi, Evan. Welcome.
Hey, Evan.
Hey, y'all. Happy May.
Great to see you.
I think it's been a few weeks. Actually, now that I think about it, y'all were at like KubeCon, weren't you? Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just about started. We were discussing about the 0.3 release and a blog post for it.
Was it a proper blog post published on the CD Foundation, or where did we do that? I think so.
So we had the press release.
Yeah. Maybe it was more of an announcement than, yeah, or a, yeah, okay. So it wasn't a proper blog post. Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, no, you're right. We only had the press release and the white paper. So we didn't have a proper blog post for that.
Mm. Maybe that's a bit more low key. Maybe we can do that.
Yeah, no, but I think it would be nice to have a short blog post with the new features. Maybe okay.
Yeah.
So I put there a link that we can contribute
Sure.
ideas to it.
Good.
Yeah, and anything else on that release?
No, not that I can think of right now. I don't remember, did we have any, like a checklist last time when we released 02?
Yes.
I remember that we did not finish the actual announcement part of 02, as we said. But was there something else? Just to make sure we don't miss anything, yeah, in there. There's release 02. We can see, yeah, produce release notes, of course. That's obvious.
So this we've done actually. And also releases like we've done. And okay, so this is
Maybe we should copy the content of the release 02 to the release 03 issue as well. The 03 issue is empty right now. So you can see that it's the same checklist. You have it's already there. You have a 03 issue. We can just add the content to it. It's there, but
sorry.
no,
Yes.
no problem.
Okay.
It's issue number 24.
It's issue number 24 in the
community. Sorry, in the community report.
Okay, that's right.
For some reason. Maybe that's why. What was the old one in the
The old one was in the spec.
repo. Okay. Well,
So it was my mistake maybe to create it in the community repo.
or maybe because we need updates both in the dev CDEvents.dev repo and in the spec repo. So maybe that's why it's in the community repo now. Maybe. That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, so this is the PR I prepared. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's good. All right. Maybe I'll put
Let's
a link.
move on.
Okay. Moving forward, I had like Java SDK updates. And everyone feel free to add anything if I miss something. So the release process is in place now. So there is a first version of the package into Maven Central. But since then, there have been some updates to the release configuration. So we'll make a new one at some point. So currently in the Java SDK, all the V1 events are included, but we found out that the format is still the one of the 0.1 draft. So the old spec from CDEvents repo, as you know, Emil. And yeah, Jalander has been working on updating this. So got I think at least one PR or more already merged and a few more coming up. So it's moving quite swiftly. The alignment to the 0.1.x. So I linked in here like 3 open PRs that we have at the moment. The first one is it's nice documentation on how to use the SDK. And the following 2 are about adding the core events and the source code events. And yeah, there are more PRs to come. The nice thing is that now in the new version, the JSON schemas are also embedded in the Java classes, which means that we can validate against the schemas, and we can have some good confidence that what the SDK is producing is aligned with the specification, basically. And so there is automation work to be done to generate all these automatically eventually. I think for now it's a manual process, but still, I think it's moving swiftly, as I said, and it's looking good.
But is there also a pipeline run or some test validation run when the PR is pushed to GitHub there to validate towards the schemas, or is that's what you said, a manual thing maybe as well, or?
There are unit tests, and
Yeah.
those are executed on PR. So the unit test basically creating an event using the SDK and running a validate method, which validates the generated JSON against the schema.
Oh, it does. Okay, no, that's fine. Good. That's good. Great. I saw the comment there from Andres on the Slack channel, CDEvents Slack, that there is still one issue on the Java SDK that we need to move away from reload4j, sublog4j relative.
Oh, yes.
So I guess that needs to be there as well then.
Is that, I'm not sure about the name.
There's an issue number 39 there.
Yeah, it's.
Yep. Yep. I'm not sure if anyone is working on that or if that is, well, was it started, no? Or assigned?
It was. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead, Evan.
I started researching it because I was kind of curious. It hasn't been assigned. He just opened it, what, 2 days ago? 4 days maybe. So it hasn't been assigned yet. But we most definitely. I'm learning some of this stuff, so by the time I might pick it up. I'm not quite sure. I've got some stuff on the Python side, but it does look important reading through his posts and the conversations he's had with other people in the Log4j community. I see why, but no findings.
Good. By the way, where is Andres located? Does anyone know? Which company and which site is he on? Does anyone know?
No.
No? Okay. Because I don't think he's been in any of our meetings, has he?
I don't think so.
I don't think I've met him.
Seems very knowledgeable though.
Yeah, sure.
I think he joined some of our CDF meeting at some point to present release JReleaser tool. He's the maintainer of the JReleaser tool, so he's very much involved into the Java ecosystem.
Right.
So as far as I understand, what he does is, going through different Java projects and helping them to enforce best practices and using also the tool chain that he developed, and that's very helpful. I think I find it very helpful.
Yeah, he's a Java champion according to LinkedIn. Sounds good. Good fit.
Very good for us that he discovered the project.
Very much appreciated.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andres, if you see this.
Appreciate you answering my questions. I have so many, there's so many things to learn from his posts. I'm like, wow. So if you do see this, appreciate you answering our questions. They're awesome.
Anything else on the Java SDK that we need to discuss? No. I was just thinking maybe we finish this kind of SDK alignment to the 01x release and maybe solve this issue, reload4j one, and then we can hopefully be in a good position to push the v01 version of the SDK. Hopefully that won't take too long, so we can have it soon enough. And I think once we have that in place, again, hopefully it won't be too much to then move ahead with the 0.2, 0.3 versions.
Right.
All right. So for the Golang SDK, we merged support for having more complex subjects structures like we have in the test events. So that's supported. And what the generator supports now is basically having an object with a set of strings, so kind of key value pairs, nothing more complex than that. But it's good enough to generate the test events. So we scheduled a session with TestCube this week. I think on Thursday. I wanted to basically demonstrate to them what is the process for updating the SDK, so that they also have that knowledge. And so that as soon as we have the 0.3 release out, we can then regenerate the SDK and release the 0.3 version of the Golang SDK, which TestCube would like to use to start integrating CDEvents in TestCube itself.
Mm.
And that's all we had for the Golang SDK. Evan, I didn't have any item here for the Python SDK. I don't know, are there updates that you would like to share?
Right now, thank you so much for setting up the token. So I'm working with my teammate. So we're trying to adopt Pydantic. Eric said, hey, that's the next thing we need to do. So CloudEvents uses Pydantic, which is an improved JSON parser. And so we were looking to start with that. We're kind of starting with a central class that then the other classes could call it. But we found after discussing it internally, we discussed with our other teammates too, to try to see, hey, what would be the best adoption for, not just us, but anybody who want to do this. And so we decided to integrate it with each individual function. We think that's going to be the better approach, and it's going to take a bit of time. So I'm working with my teammate, Ashita, who's assigned to the story, to work on that. We're probably going to do incremental changes. So that's taking a bit of time. Quite fun though. We think that'll be the better approach for improved JSON parsing. And then I'm working on the automated releases and then the automated changelog, and trying to create that to where with each change it would push it, or we could, like we were discussing, Andre, in one of the posts, easily just do a version change on the main TOML file and just have all of that good to go. I just had to take a pause on it because we were trying to get the Jenkins plugin release. Now that we're done with that, we'll make continued improvements to it. But now that the core piece is done, I'm quite excited to push more back on the automation.
Cool. Sounds great.
Yeah,
Thank
you for letting us play with it. Me and my teammates have been having fun with the Python stuff. So it's been a lot of fun. So appreciate it.
Sure. No worries. Yeah, and hopefully after CDCon, I'll have some more time for reviews or any help I might need. I used to work with Python a lot, so I wouldn't mind having a look at some more Python in the future.
It was the first language I learned, but that has been so long ago. That's why I was very excited to get back in, because I'm like, I've gotten so into Groovy. I'm like, man, I need to relearn some Python. So it's a very robust language, and I do think it's I think it's better than Java, but a lot of people probably get mad at me for saying that, but that's just me. I'm more of a data person, and for my master's degree, I did more Python, so that's what I prefer.
Nice. All right, so the last thing I had in the agenda tentatively was connecting events, because I wasn't sure whether Ben would join today, maybe have some updates on that topic. So he's been working on a proposal based on what we discussed, but I don't think it has reached the light of day yet. So hopefully that's something that we can do, and for the 0.4 series of our protocol. But yeah, apart from that, that's all I had in mind for the agenda. Do you folks have anything else that you'd like to discuss today? Or
About the Jenkins plugin, then maybe that's not really. I mean, that's for CDEvents, but anyway, when the Java SDK is updated, how far away is it to also get the Jenkins plugin updated and published? By the way, is it now published on the the official Jenkins plugin site, or where is it published?
It
It
is.
is.
Yeah, quite exciting. Took us a bit of automation. They have the Jenkins group has some really great automation we wanted to use to release. So we had to finagle trying to get the tags just right on our pull request, but it is released. And so I don't think it's part of, so they have a dependency manager called Bomb in, why can I not think, in the Jenkins CI project. I don't think CDEvents is part of that yet, so it doesn't automatically pull in the version dependency. So we have it hard coded in our pom.xml. So to easily push a change, we'd have to just go make a quick pull request into the pom.xml, change it, make sure it compiles and all of that. So not too hard. And eventually, hopefully we can move that to the Bomb, where it would, when you have your plugin and you have a dependency manager, you don't tell it what version. They have a lot of automation that pulls in version changes for whatever plugin you have. And so we'd probably want to eventually move there. That might have been a long answer, sorry.
No, right. So it's not under the plugins.jenkins.io. It's under the Jenkins CI.
Yes, well, the Jenkins CI has automation for pushing to plugins.jenkins.io. I believe. I've slept since then, so I'm trying to remember.
Oh wait, no, it's there actually. I see it now. It's I see it in the paste it. I wasn't aware. It's actually there now in the. It's in the chat now.
Well, appreciate all y'all's help and support. Y'all have done so much to help us and encourage us to get to the quite exciting Jenkins plugin release. So can't thank you all enough.
But since we still have some Java issues there in the SDK, I guess we shouldn't recommend anyone to start running this yet, or
We're right now working on to release it. So we have it on a few of our Jenkins core instances. We have several spanning across the enterprise, and we're working to scale that out. And so we're most definitely trying to integrate and use it as we promote it and standardize it, because it is a critical piece for our overall capability inside Fidelity. So we're slowly moving it and adopting it and scaling it. So I would most definitely say if you want to have people test it, absolutely, but running full time, yeah, that should scale as we grow and as we start to make improvements to it.
Cool. That's great.
Okay. I think you should just watch out for the next Java SDK release, Evan, because as the current release of SDK is not fully aligned yet with the 0.1 spec, as it turned out. So I think as soon as we make a release there, it would be great then to kick off an update release on the plugin to make sure that the events use their what you would expect from the official specification.
Absolutely. Just I'll keep watching. I'm trying to watch on the Java side. There's a lot of great pull requests. So once I see that go through, I can happily open a pull request to the plugin, and we can make that quick change in the file and get that pulled in.
So I just read the documentation there. It says that it can both emit and consume CDEvents, right? Does that mean that you can right now even trigger Jenkins jobs on CDEvents as well?
Say that again. Sorry, I was trying to.
Can actually trigger Jenkins jobs now on CDEvents, since it says it can consume CDEvents. Does it mean that it can be a trigger for the Jenkins jobs as well?
I think we do have that. So I worked on more of the data model for the CDEvents. Let me double check. Rory is the one who worked on all that awesome stuff, but
Or is the consumer mostly like a visualization part of Jenkins, or is it also the job triggering part that consumes events?
The job triggering part produces the events. The consuming is for when, no. Trying to remember the actual classes. So right now, I'll at least tell you the core piece is Jenkins has two listener classes, a job listener and a task listener that we've used to do for the individual stages and then for the overall job started and job completed. For the trigger piece, let me double check. I got to read through that part of the code. That was my teammate who worked more on that one.
Yeah, it's not really important, but I was just curious to know.
Yeah, no, great questions. I want to double check.
No, it's really interesting to understand. I was trying to picture in my mind how that would be used and draw this diagram. I'm not quite sure yet. That's actually what is. That's the way how it's going to be used. So yeah, it would be great to understand how this is going to happen. My guess was that incoming, so event consumption would mean that you can have trigger from various type of triggers or different teams or different tools sending CD events, and that would trigger like a Jenkins pipeline. And then the Jenkins pipeline would generate events that would be sent to either Kinesis or regular HTTP sync. I've seen that you have these options in the plugin, but I'm not sure how that is, if that is actually how it is going to be used.
I guess it could then also be consumed by the Jenkins trigger again. So there could be another Jenkins job triggered by the outgoing event from another job, for example.
Yeah, the big thing we wanted to aim for, so I'll kind of give you all a bit of background. Our Jenkins infrastructure is broken into two pieces, non-production and production, and they're completely separate. And so the ability, so for a lot of teams, as they're going through non-production, they want to trigger production. And so having this type of capability is, I think, where we were aiming to integrate that. But as of right now, I let me double check the code, but I know that's where we want to be.
Maybe we should actually request a demo of this plugin on the CDEvents meeting next, or one of the coming CDEvents meetings.
Yeah.
When there might be suitable time for it.
Yeah, let me ping Jamie and let him know that he should do that full demo. I'm gonna let him do the demo. He the driving force behind it. So
So please have him reach out to me or Andrea so we can plan it in one of the coming SIG meetings.
Yeah, he so he's based in Ireland, and I think he attends the Monday morning ones. It's 5 a.m. here, so I don't attend those as often.
Yeah.
I might hop on a meeting with him right now. If there's nothing else to discuss, I'll hop on a meeting right now and tell him, hey, we've got to do this.
Yeah, please. That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that'd be great.
Thank you so much for letting me join. This
you.
is quite exciting. There's a lot of fun stuff going
Thanks
on.
for being part of the group.
Oh, I love it. I'm excited to be doing more stuff and growing and learning about the bigger continuous delivery and integration ecosystem. So hope you all have a fun start to May, and hope to see you, Andrea, here in 6 days, maybe. So
yeah,
wow. Cool.
Awesome. Bye.
You're there. Bye.
Bye. So Andrea, should we talk about something more, or do you think we're done?
I don't have anything else in particular that comes to mind right now. I think I actually could use the extra 20 minutes to continue working on my presentations.
Yeah. Is there anything that we want to discuss, by the way? Any review or anything you want me to help you with? Or is that CDEvents specifically?
If you have time, I'm still working on my slides for the CDEvents presentation, but once they're more
confident that you can do it, so it's more if you want to have some inputs of some kind.
You know, I appreciate the inputs very much. So thanks for the offer. So I'll once they're a bit more ready to to be finished.
Yeah.
I'll send them your way.
To be seen. Yeah, of course. Thanks. No problem.
And if you
Yeah,
have
yes, if you
time,
want. Yeah.
if you have time, otherwise, but any
Yeah.
feedback, it's
Yeah.
definitely very welcome. So we'll have this session, and I mean the rough plan is to brief introduction to CDEvents, and why CDEvents, like we did in previous presentations, and what's new in 0.2 and 0.3. And I was going to talk about these kind of integrations that we're working on. So Jenkins, Spinnaker, TestCube, Tecton. And I was going to mention also like initiatives that we have with other organizations that they're at least starting, like with the BSMI, we're in discussion, we might work together, and with the CNCF application delivery tag that we have common interests. So I was going to mention this kind of initiatives that we have, and some roadmap for the future. So like the connecting event things that we are working on. We want to have some more work in the software supply chain security area as well. So those kind of things. Yeah, and that's it. Links to how to contribute.
Yeah. Sounds perfect. So what else happens on CDCon? Is there anything else? I saw that. I mean, I am registered for the open source summit virtually, but I see that CDCon doesn't have any virtual option. So I
No.
assume that I will not be able, even though it's, I mean, it's a huge time difference, so it's hard anyway. But I don't think I will be able to join any meetings on CDCon virtually. But is there anything you think during the week that you would like me to like participate in or somehow help out with during the week?
I mean, if we have something, so during the CDCon, we will have the CDEvent summit, but yeah, to be honest, there's no. I mean, the idea is to get spread the word, get people in the room so we can talk about CDEvents also with the CNCF people that are going to be there.
Yeah.
But it's very unconference style, so it's very open to depending on who's there, who's not there.
Sure.
And I'm not sure it's going to be. Let me check the time, but I think it might be. Yeah, so it's 12:40 p.m. That time, so that's going to be like
Monday.
maybe something like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
your time,
I don't
probably.
think I would. I mean, maybe I guess I'm awake at that time if needed, but I might. I don't know if I guess there will be no good possibility really to join online, and it's probably better that you have it in the room, unless you're very few people and you really want another person online as well. I mean, if you're already like 5 or more people in the room, I think it's better that you have the discussion there face to face.
Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of yeah, I think that the event is, as you said, it's going to be mostly in person. So
Yeah.
we'll have the new white paper published. I'll try to spend some time on the booth as well, CDF booth, and have this white papers there. So if people are around, we can talk about CDEvents. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure it's kind of difficult to involve you remotely, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, for sure. I totally see that. I just wanted to reach out to the possibility.
But yeah, thanks for that.
Then of course I can just wish you good luck there. Would be great that we have some CDEvents representation at least, and I assume there will be good discussions around it there. And the SIG meeting on Monday, which will be very early on Monday morning for you then there. I don't expect you to come, but I will probably have it anyway. And if you or anyone else over there is able to join, then you're of course free to do so.
Cool.
But otherwise I will have it. And there is a working group meeting as well on during the day there, and you will be asleep at that time. So maybe I will have it. We'll see.
Mm. Yeah, I don't think I will be able to join that.
No, of course not. I mean, that's like 3 a.m. or something, 4 a.m. in the morning for you.
Okay.
No, so for
Okay,
sure not.
definitely not.
No. Yeah. And else, I don't think there is anything. Tomorrow we will meet on the app delivery meeting, right? The CNC
yes,
app delivery. Yeah.
yes.
I will try to be there.
And yeah, I just wanted to mention, I think today's the second. Yeah, today is the deadline for submission to the Open Source Summit Europe. In case you are interested.
Was that in Bilbao?
It's the one in Bilbao.
Right.
There's going to be, I think there's going to be a co-located event by the CD Foundation, probably.
Oh, they would. Oh.
So, yeah, just letting you know, it's in Europe. So maybe that's somewhere we could again meet and have some nice work together on CDEvents.
Have you proposed an ECFP or?
Not yet. I'm trying to
do you
come up
fancy
with something.
during the night?
Yeah, there are just too many things this week. But I'll try to make some submissions for. I mean, there's going to be if there is going to be an event from CDF, which I think is going to be the case, then there's going to be probably a separate CFP for that, and there will be more time to submit there.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know how it will be done. So I don't know yet, but I just guessing.
I would really like to go there, at least if there is a CD Foundation co-located event.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think there is actually going to be, because I think it's confirmed because there was a. Let me see, where is it?
Yeah, it's actually already on the webpage there. I see now. Wow. CD Mini Summit, it's called. On the webpage.
Yes, exactly. So there was a application form from Roxanne to apply to be part of the program committee.
Okay, I missed that. Right.
And call for paper will open very soon. Yes. So yeah, that's.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So yeah, I assume that it might be hard for me to get my manager to approve it, but we'll see if I can travel. And of course, if I would have a presentation, it will be cheaper for him. Because then it will be no conference fee. But anyway, yeah, I'll see what I can do.
All right.
Yeah, okay, thanks for letting me know. Okay, so good luck with the presentation, and if you want some input, please reach out and I'll try to provide it.
Thanks, Emil.
Good luck. Talk to you.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.